all 6 we have discussed so far. Chapter 6 started with, this is all about meditation. This chapter is all about meditation. Meditation ante edo akkada oka room loki vellipoyi akkada కూర్చొని అలా చేసుకోవడం ఒకటే కాదు. That is not just meditation. That is also meditation, but that is not the only meditation. So to clear all our doubts about meditation, this is the best chapter. ఎలా చేయాలి, ఎప్పుడు చేయాలి, ఎందుకు చేయాలి, దానివల్ల ఉపయోగం ఏంటి, all these aspects of meditation we will come to know. However, it requires controlling of the mind and controlling of senses. These two are very, very important for meditation. Kani andaru cheyagalra? When I'm a small kid, can I do that? If I'm a 3rd grade student, Kriti lagunna chinna babuni, can I do that? Sheetal laga chinna paapa lagunna, can I do that? No, it may not be possible for me. Why? Because my mind is more active at that point in time. I don't know what to control, how to control, and what is this knowledge all about. I may have forgotten. From previous lives, I might have got it, but I'm still a small kid, so I will behave like a small kid. అలాంటప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? అలాంటప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలంటే పెద్దవాళ్ళు చెప్పిన మాట అంతే. వాళ్ళు ఏం చెప్తే చేయాలి. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయాలి? If they are also not ready for mind control and sense control, then what they should do is also presented in the document here. Bhagavan has very clearly mentioned in the scripture that it is karma karanam uchyate. So if you are beginner, then all you can do is karma yoga. All you can showcase or be part of is karma yoga. Karma yoga ante enti doing your rightful duty in a way, not expecting any results from it and not having attachment to the results, basically. And not enjoying the ownership also. Nene chesanu. Ee rendu vadileste, that's nothing but karma yoga. Very simple definition. Ala cheskuntu vellipochu. Over a period of time, by doing that, we will know how to control our expectations, our mind. That's where the mind control comes from. So adi alavatu ayin tarvata manam, when you are yoga rudaha antaru alanti, those yoga rudaha purusha can continue with the actual meditation which you see in movies and yoga centers, where they make you sit, close your eyes, and then chant some name and then start, right? You might have seen, and some people come out and say, I have meditated for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, because I don't know how is it possible. Is it possible when you are meditating? What is the meaning of meditation as per Shastra? Forgetting your real self. Forgetting your unreal self, which means what? Your body, your thoughts, whatever you are getting, dissolving them, not owning any of them, as if they are just cars moving on the traffic. Looking at them and saying, okay, that's not mine. That sense is meditation. So, ala unnappudu, how can I come back and say I have done meditation for 20 minutes? If I say I have done meditation for 20 minutes, that I was part of the body or mind, but I wasn't above that. Bhagavan is saying you have to go above that, right? So how is it possible? Let's see. Ikkada he brought up a very good asalu enduku cheyali, why we should meditate అన్న క్వశ్చన్ కి మనకందరికీ వస్తుంది. చిన్నపిల్లలుగా ఉన్నప్పుడు మనకి ఎవరైనా మెడిటేషన్ చేయండి అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ మెడిటేషన్ అని అనిపిస్తుంది. ఎవరైనా డాన్స్ చేయండి, పాట పాడండి, ఆడుకోండి అంటే బాగుంటుంది. కానీ when somebody says meditation, do meditation, what does it mean, right? So it becomes little tough for us. ఎందుకు చేయాలి? Why I have to do this? అసలు ఫస్ట్ వాట్ ఈస్ మెడిటేషన్ అది పక్కన పెడితే, why you have to do it is because it is while doing meditation you will become friend of yourself. So Bhagavan very clearly mentions that a person at any given point in time can be a friend of himself or herself, or you can choose to be an enemy of yourself. Adentandi, how can I be enemy to myself? Okay, an example. Suppose if you see something wrong in your house, let's say your brother or sister is kind of troubling you, what is the first reaction? Sheetal is close to me, so I can ask, what is your first reaction? Ignore them. What if he annoys you, he takes away your items, your friend's gift which has been given to you, he takes away, he tries to come in your way when you are doing something of importance? What will you do? Oh my God, you're such a good girl. You don't yell, you don't shout. So when you yell, what happens to you internally? Are you happy? When you are angry on someone, when you scold them, when parents scold, this should be the question to parents. When they scold somebody in their own house, like kids, do you think they will feel happy about it? There is something that happens after that throughout the day. There is always this guilt that they carry. People say it's a guilt, but it's not guilt. It's basically the pain. You are hurting yourself more when you are angry on someone, right? First, I don't know if the other person you're shouting at will ever listen to it, but the first thing that comes listening in is your own heart. It goes through all those agitations. It captures and grasps all those agitations first. This is the first one to catch. It goes through a lot of pain. It increases your blood shooting all across the body, right to the brain, everywhere. It forgets its rhythm. This is what it internally goes through. If you can just put a microscope or something inside and camera inside your body, what happens when you're angry? It is just like a mad state. It is just like a war field. Okay. But the person you are shouting at may not even listen to it. So the first impacted is not other person, it is you yourself. So can you consider at that point in time that you are enemy to yourself? Yes, of course. What does an enemy do? He will hurt or she will hurt. Same thing is happening, right? So you are an enemy to yourself. Now, it is anger is very easy example, but there are some examples where we will not know that we are an enemy to ourselves. How? Suppose if I am very proud of myself, if I think that I am the best student in the class, okay, and so every exam I write, I always go with an anticipation that I must come first, and everyone else who is not coming first is still okay. He can be or she can be my friend, but the one who is coming first, I want to compete with that guy anytime, and then I will make sure that at any cost I am the winner. This kind of a strong, proud, passionate feeling that comes through me because of an expectation. Now, let's say for whatever reason, the other person starts performing better than me. Maybe he or she has got good tactics to learn and study, and they are scoring better marks. The first feeling that comes to anyone in such a way, in such a mode, is jealousy. Jealousy ante enti, I am anyway not coming first. He or she should not also come first. I pray that this guy goes to 5 or 6 or 7th rank, so I'm on top. This kind of a feeling, do you think it is good? It is not good. We all know it is not good kind of a feeling, right? But what it will lead to, you know that? This person who started with jealousy will then start doing things that are not rightful, which means what? Tearing pages from their book, right? Or making them distracted, calling them for games and all. This guy will all study and then will take the other guy to games and all. These kind of bad tactics will start. These bad tactics are not rightful. These are not dharmic. This is adharma. This is what Kauravas did. So we end up into doing all that. And when you do something wrong, what will happen? If not today, at some point in time, you will be caught and you will be punished. That punishment will not be simple. That punishment will also be severe. And the more you start getting habituated to doing things wrongly, it will become a habit. And so a person doing a wrong thing as a habit may become a robber, a criminal or something over a period of time. Not today, but over a period of time. And such person will become a menace, a problem to the society, and so will also be punished. When he or she gets punished, who is responsible? He himself. Why? The first feeling of jealousy, do you remember? It started there. The journey started there. So the feelings that are coming in my heart today, the thoughts that are coming in me today, I may consider them as okay. It is just like a thought. It's okay. But that it's okay will culminate over a period of time into a state where I cannot revert back. And the only way possible is to punish somebody coming and harshly punishing me out. That time I'll feel immense pain. And so who is the enemy here? Not this world, not somebody else outside. I am the enemy to myself. Why? I started with an expectation and a proud feeling that I am the best. Who is that? Who am I? I am nothing. There are millions of students who have come into this same class, who has performed just like me, might have got exactly the same marks as me, or maybe better than me. Who am I? I'm just one other such student. All I should do is put my effort, forget about the results, and then don't compare. Oh, that guy got this much, I got this. That comparison will start into all these issues. The reason why I took this example is because you're all students. Now, this happens for elders also, wealth wise, reputation wise, and all those things. So, Bandhuratma. So here, Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Vipuratmanaha is the fifth one. But if you understand carefully, last class we discussed that the core here is that when I say I am the enemy of myself, that means we are talking about two people. I'm talking about two entities in myself. One who is an enemy of the other. So one and other, two, right? So I'm talking about two different entities. Now, last session we discussed that these two entities are not two different entities. These are the same entity playing the role of two different things. The same manaha, manasu, playing the role of buddhi, playing the role of manaha, playing the role of chitta, playing the role of ahankara. One antahkarana is the single entity. That antahkarana performing different roles. One of the role is to create just emotions, madly, called mind. The other one is buddhi, creating thoughts, determining what is right, what is wrong. And for that, the food is knowledge. It looks into the knowledge, right knowledge, which is scriptures and shastras, and says, this is how a life has to be lived. I am not doing things in the right way. So this is wrong and this is right. That determination happens by the same mind, but it's at that point in time, it's called as buddhi. Whatever experiences I gain in this world, when I preserve them as my own, close to my heart, my own, I am the owner of those, experiences. I did this, I did that. They go into chitta and get culminated into desires and vasanas. Ahankara is forgetting that I am the reflection of God and getting associated with this body and saying this body is permanent. This body is the only thing that should live happily. Everything else should perish. It's okay. That is ahankara. So now all these four are nothing but the same mind performing different roles. Now there is one role called buddhi that should direct, like a teacher. Buddhi is like a teacher. It should always tell what is right, what is wrong. Man intlo aithe, who is the best example? Amma and Nana, right? They tell you what is right, what is wrong. So if you take the house as one sharira, as one body, then parents are the buddhi. And who is the mind then? Little cute ones that always get distracted here and there. Always do things that are not supposed to be done. Sometimes they do good things also. That is mind in the family, which is kids, right? Obviously. So this can be taken into any level. You can think from universe perspective, what is mind and what is buddhi. From a universe standpoint, Akasha is the buddhi. Akasha, the space, is buddhi. And the water is the mind. Okay. So now, here in the sixth one, Bhagavan says that bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve vartetatmaiva shatruvat, which means one who has the control on the mind, which means what? A person whose buddhi can instruct the mind and say stop, and then can make the mind stop. That kind of a person is a friend. In such a person, the self is friend of self. He is a friend of himself. But let's say if you are not able to control your mind, నేను చాలా ట్రై చేస్తున్నానండి కానీ ఉండలేకపోతున్నాను. If you are saying these words, then you are an enemy of yourself, is what Bhagavan is saying here. If you are saying, నేను ఎలా అనుకుంటే అలాగవుతుంది. నేను ఇప్పుడు అనుకున్నాను అనుకోండి, ఈ క్షణం నేను ఇది చేయకూడదు అనుకుంటే నేను ఆగిపోతాను. ఐ విల్ నాట్ డూ ఇట్. ఐఎమ్ షూర్. Yes, I want to do it. It's very close to my heart, but because it is not right, I will not do it. This is wrong, so I will not do it. And I can tell my mind not to get distracted. I'll put this into somewhere else. I'll give some other job to this mind so that it is busy. I'm very good at that and I will do that. Ila manam cheppagaligite, that means we are friend to ourselves. Ala kakunda, see, I'm trying my level best, but somehow I'm not able to control. This happens when you see some elders, right, in bad habits, smoking and drinking and all that. We come across such where we say, I want to do, but I'm not able to control. I can say about myself, want to stop eating sweets, but I cannot, right? So this kind of a feel is definitely where you are enemy to yourself. Obviously, most of the people, 90% of the times, are enemy to themselves. That's how this world works. If we are friend to ourselves, then there is no difference between ourselves and God. It's almost that, or at least we are getting closer to it. That's how it should be, right? But it is difficult, and that's why Bhagavan brings it up very clearly. Now let's go to the 7th one. Kriti Talli, can you repeat after me? Jitatmana. Unmute chesko nana. Unmute chesko.
Jitatmana
Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitaha
Sitoshna
Sukha Dukkheshu Tatha Manapamanayo. Let's try two words. Jitatmana Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitaha Shitoshna Sukha Dukkheshu Tatha Manapamanayo. Anshitali, can we do full lines? Jitatmana Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitaha
Jitatmana Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitaha
Shitoshna Sukha Dukkheshu Tatha Manapamanayo.
Shitoshna Sukha Dukkeshu Tata Manapamanayo.
Very good, Tali. Very good. So, how the person who is a friend of himself will behave in this world. How they will behave. The person who is a friend of himself or herself, the only quality they have is the ability to control their mind. Okay. So if mind says, I am not happy, they'll say, that's okay. I'm not going to give any extra weightage for that. I'm not going to pamper you just because you're not happy. And if the mind comes back and says, oh, I'm too excited today, he says, I will not give you any other extra importance. You are just a mind for me. Just sit there in your room. Don't disturb me. This is what the attitude of such a person will be. So they will be balanced and equal in all situations. What are the three situations Bhagavan is trying to put here? Understand this very carefully. A person who is a friend of himself will be balanced and will show equality, equanimity in Shita Ushna. Shita means cold. Ushna means hot. Cold and hot, who will first observe that? The skin. the body. It is the reactions of the body, isn't it? When you feel cold, when you feel hot, it is basically the sharira that feels that. So at body level, whatever are the things, pain, comfort, should be considered the same, right? Similarly, at mind level, sukha, dukkha, sorrow and happiness. These are different feels, emotions, isn't it? So at mind level also, when something is favorable, when something is not so favorable, the person will treat both of these emotions equally, will not show any extra importance. అలా అని చెప్పేసి నవ్వడం మానేసి ఇలాగే ఉంటాడు. Hey, Pavan, you know what? Our neighbor, they are blessed with a baby girl. Okay. అలా కాదు. చక్కగా నవ్వుతూ, okay, wow, good, great. But then you don't overly dwell into that feel. ఆ ఫీల్ అలా పెట్టేసుకుని soaking into that excitement. అలా చేయడు. He will participate. That's what I always say, that when Bhagwan gives these instructions, it is not about creating a static, boring face like this, sitting there, not reacting to anything. No, that's not what Bhagwan is saying. Never. He says, open up yourself into the world, but don't get attached to it. ఏదైనా మంచి న్యూస్ వచ్చిందనుకో, then, oh my God, I want this moment to stay forever. అలాంటి పిచ్చి ఫీలింగ్స్ ఏం పెట్టుకోకండి. Say, okay, good, I love this moment, great, it's God's wish to me, I'm happy. And if something really terrible happens, అయ్యో నా బ్యాంక్ లో ఎవరో ఇదైపోయింది, నాకు ఈ రోజు ఉద్యోగం పోయింది, లేకపోతే ఏదో అయిపోయింది, I lost my friend, whatever it is. When such a thing happens also, have the courage to say, it's fine, I know there is a lot of pain, it's a struggle, I have a lot of other things that are to be done. I was planning a lot of things to be done with the amount of money I have lost today, but it's okay, it is just money. If it goes, it will come again. Bhagwan, he will not do anything injustice to me. As long as I'm putting my right efforts, I can do this again, I can recreate this whole thing again. So I'm okay with this. అలాగా ఎవరైతే ఉండగలుగుతారో, even in the bad situations, when they can control their emotions in the mind, such a person is a friend of himself. Got it? Alage, the next level, the third one, Bhagwan is saying mana apamana, which means somebody praising you and somebody abusing you. Mana apamana annadi enti? How will you know that somebody is praising or not, or somebody is abusing you or not? It is the decision that has been taken by your buddhi. The buddhi says, this is a wrong interpretation. Pavan, you are such a great person, this guy is saying that you are not. Buddhi tells them. That takes the decision that, oh, this is against your understanding. So it is apamana, it is abuse. Or, oh, no, whatever you think, that guy is also saying the same thing. So it is an appreciation taken. So this is at buddhi level. So at sharira, mana and buddhi level, whatever are the extreme ends, good and bad, consider both of them equally. If you can consider them equally, then such a person is supposed to be a friend of himself or herself. Understood? Wherever we show the difference, we become enemy to ourselves. Arthamainda? Adi. Next, let's go to 8th one. Anshu, can you repeat after me, Kana? Jnana vijnana triptatma.
Jnana vijnana triptatma.
Kutastho vijitendriyaha.
Kutastho vijitendriyaha.
Yukta ityuchyate yogi.
Yukta ityuchyate yogi.
Samaloshtasma kanchana.
Samalostasma kanchanaha.
Jnana vijnana trupta atma. Jnana means knowledge. Vijnana means, as per Shastra, as per Adi Shankara's definition of Vijnana, Vijnana means the knowledge is all which is Shruti and Smriti, which means what? You have heard from someone as a knowledge, like your maths or science or whatever, right? You hear something and then you reflect upon it. You own that knowledge so that you can recollect anytime you want. You preserve it, right? So this is what you do. That's a part of jnana. Vijnana means what? Using that knowledge in real life. Suppose I'm a doctor. I studied how to do a surgery. That is still a knowledge. But when I perform my first surgery, using that knowledge, what I have already gained, and perform the same steps in the same way, and finally find that it is successful, then it becomes vijnana. Then it becomes vijnana. Because then I will be analyzing what I am going through when I'm applying this knowledge. That analysis of application of a knowledge is called as vijnana. In our regular days, we call it as science. So, the analysis of the application of knowledge is vijnana. Whatever jnana or vijnana one has accumulated so far, if you are satisfied with that, if you say, I am good with this knowledge, whatever I have received, I don't need any more. If you are at that state, then you get the ability to control your mind. Because if you still have a desire to know more, that means you are not fully aware. If you are not fully aware, then it is hard to bring that similarity between good and bad and all that. So to be complete, how you can say you are complete? Ela telustundi? How do you know that you are good for kindergarten level? Kriti Talli, how do you know that you are good for kindergarten? Or you don't need any knowledge of kindergarten level? How do you know? You will know only when you know the syllabus. You know that in kindergarten, there will be alphabets, there will be 3 or 4 rhymes, there will be numbers, and there may be some writing of A to Z. You will probably write it down, something, right? If you know the syllabus. And if you think whatever you have with you today as knowledge and your experience performing that knowledge, like all the characters, alphabets that you have written so far, that is good enough for kindergarten. If you think that, you will say, Uncle, I think I have all the knowledge that I have that is required for kindergarten. So I don't want any more. It is good. That confidence, can you tell about life? Can you say, Uncle, whatever happens in this life, I think I can manage? Can you say that? That means more has to be acquired. What is that more? Nothing other than this. Now, reading all 18 chapters in this is merely knowledge. Living that book, whatever we have read in this book, living by that, and while living, understanding what I am going through, what are my reactions to this world, how I am behaving myself, how is my progression, this analysis of myself, self-reflection, that happens when I read this book. Over a period of time, again and again and again, life will throw these examples and simple tests, unit test, assignment test, half yearly, annual exams onto me by giving all different examples, and then say, how, Pawan, now this is the situation I'm throwing at you. Prove or show me how much you have understood this book. I will give the exam. I may not get 100%. I may get 60%. Why? 40%, it's still unrecovered. I'm still the old Pawan. So then, if that is the case, then there is more to be gained. But when I am consistently experiencing 100% results, when I'm consistently assessing myself and getting 100% results for everything that's coming my way and put on as a test in my life, that means I am getting to that state where I don't want any more knowledge. But that is kind of difficult. It is not, I would not say difficult, but it requires a lot of sadhana, it requires a lot of faith in Lord, and requires a lot of faith in the teachers who have written these scriptures, right from Adi Guru Shankaracharya, and following their path. It's very difficult for us to follow their path. But if we can do, then probably at one day, we can say that, okay, I am good I think whatever life gives me, I will follow this book. And I've been doing this. I am sure I don't need this book anymore. If you can say that. I don't need this book anymore because I'm living like this book. I am this book. So why would I need this book? No, I'm good. This truptaha, this is called jnana vijnana trupta atma. Such a person is always a friend of himself or herself. How is he? Kutastha vijita indriya. Kutastha means what? Situated at one place, not moving. Kutaha means what? Anvil. Do you know anvil? What is anvil? Have you been to a blacksmith or have you seen any blacksmith videos of blacksmith who creates all these tools of iron, steel, like, blades, all the tools, equipment. There is a big iron block in front of him, and then he constantly takes the steel plate and then beats on it, hammers on top of it, right? So it can be converted into different shapes, right? So I'm not talking about the items that he's preparing. I'm talking about the block of steel that is lying beneath, which does not move. It is stable. On that, he puts this and then beats in and out to make new tools. So the one that is not moving anywhere is the support. If that support is not there, if let's say if he's beating and things are moving here and there, will he be able to create a nice knife or a sickle or something else that he wants to, or a sword? No, he cannot prepare. Why? Because the foundation is moving. Suppose you are living in a house where the foundation is always moving because of earthquakes. Can you have like really good house built on top of it? No, it will collapse every other day, right? So if the foundation is not strong, if it is moving, then it is not possible. Kutastha means what? Something that does not move at all. It stays like that as a strong support. That is Paramatma. That is Paramatma. So having the awareness that I am the Kutaha, I am none other than Paramatma, myself, and nothing can make me move. Only thing that happens through these, like whatever thoughts I get, whatever good feelings I get, whatever bad feelings I get, is not mine. It is because I have this body. It is because that I have this mind. It is coming and going. But what am I? Really, I am the one who is observing all of this. I am not basically part of the drama. I am the viewer enjoying the drama. I don't care if somebody does something to someone in the drama, because I know it's a drama. It's not my life, it's drama. Similarly, the one who is Kutastha and Vijitendriya. Vijitendriya is one who is winning over the senses, all five senses. So if my ears want to hear something really bad, you would say, okay, you cannot control the sounds that are coming in, but don't take it to your mind and buddhi. Don't take it. Just leave it. It comes, drop from the other side, right? So such a kind of person who is always in control of the senses and who does not get shaken for anything, standing like that Kutaha, right? Believing that I am the observer and not the actor, such a person is, and by the way, all this is required for meditation. When you are sitting in meditation, all these distractions will come. Somebody will be calling your name, not knowing that you are meditating. You may be meditating in a nice room, sitting there, somebody will call you. But just because they are calling, what will you do? You will stop meditating and you'll say, yes, I'm meditating. Please don't disturb me. The moment you say that, you are done. Your meditation is gone. Isn't it? So you should be in a position where the sounds that are coming in, you should say, this is a sound. Someone is calling my name. That is a sound. This body is hearing a sound. Who am I? I am somebody who is sitting away from this body, far away from this body, watching what is happening to this body. See how the sound is coming and entering into the ear. See how it is disturbing the mind. See how it is asking you to go and talk and respond to that. See how buddhi is asking the mind not to get disturbed and stay calm. I am observing all of that. And when you are able to observe all of that, you become the Kutastha. This is the first principle of meditation. Become the Kutastha. Don't become part of the drama. Don't become an actor. Be a viewer of everything that is going around. That is the first step in meditation. Hence, this verse has been given to us. Iti uchyate yogi sama loshta kashma anchana. Such a yogi, such a person who can go into yoga, unifying with Paramatma, becoming an observer just like him, and then watching everything that's going on in his own body, mind, and buddhi, intellect. Such a person will consider Loshta Kashma Kanchana as same. Loshta, pile of a rock. Kashma, a pebble. Kanchana, gold. All these three, which have different values, will all be considered same. Why? Because they are just matter for him. Just matter. How do you consider carbon versus nitrogen versus zinc versus magnesium? If I ask you, what will you say? Uncle, I don't know. They are all part of periodic table. So yeah, that's the same thing. So the things that are of value, like a pebble, a nice marble stone, or a gold, or just a rock, for this person, they are all same. Why? Because they are just part of this world, not part of him. They are just part of this world, and he is watching them. Understood? So this is the first principle of meditation. Become the Kutastha. So let's. I will probably stop a little early today. I have to go to the temple. I have an appointment there. So let me take the 9th one. We will just chant it. We'll give you one-liner to it, and then we will start. Okay? It's in the same lines as previous one. That's why. Pranavitali, will you be able to repeat after me?
Yes, uncle.
Suhrun mitrari.
Suhrun mitrari.
Udasina.
Udasina.
Madhyastha.
Madhyastha.
Dveshya bandhushuhu.
Dveshya bandhushuhu.
Sadhushvapi cha.
Sadhushvapi cha.
Papeshu.
Papeshu.
Samabuddhir.
Samabuddhir.
Vishishyate.
Vishishyate.
Let's combine a little more. Suhrun mitraryudasina.
Suhrun mitraryudasina.
Madhyasthadveshu bandhushu.
Madhyastadvesha bandhushu.
Sadhushvapi cha papeshu.
Sadhushvapi cha papeshu.
Samabuddhir vishishyate.
Samabuddhir vishishyate.
We'll go full lines now. Suhrun mitraryudasina. Madhyasthadveshya bandhushu.
Suhrun mitraryudashina. Madhyastyadveshya bandhushu.
Sadhushvapi cha papeshu. Samabuddhir vishishyate.
Sadhushvapi cha papeshu. Samabuddhir vishishyate.
Previously, in the previous shloka, Bhagavan said that a person who is meditating will consider all the matter the same. Matter ante enti? Rocks, wall, money, people, tools, wealth. This is matter. He will consider the matter as same, regardless of whatever is the real value in this world for that matter. ఇప్పుడు పెన్సిల్ బాక్స్ ఉంది, దానికి ఒక వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది. అలాగే టూల్ బాక్స్ ఉంది, టూల్ కిట్ ఉంది, నాకు దానికి ఒక వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది. దో దే ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్, ఫర్ మీ దే ఆర్ మ్యాటర్, సో దే ఆర్ సేమ్. They have the same value for me. They are same. That is the only value they have, that they are same. Right? That's about matter. Now here Bhagavan is talking about relationships. Relationships with with whom? With others in this society. What kind of relationships can exist? Suhrun, friend. Ari, enemy. one who always thinks bad, one who always wants to hurt us, enemy, right? Suhrun, Ari, Udasina, neutral person who doesn't care about us. Nor he's a friend, nor an enemy, just like, he doesn't care about me, I don't care about him. That kind of relationship. Udasina, Madhyastha. Madhyastha is the person who always tries to brokerage between two, right? Negotiator is the right word for them. Two people are not talking to each other. This person will come and say, hey, please talk to him. You are friends and all. Negotiators, Madhyastha, the men in the middle. Madhyastha, Dveshya, one who hates me. Bandhushu, one who is related to me, one who is attached to me, one who is close to me. Sadhu, apicha, sadhu as well as, sadhu in the sense one who is a sage. In this world, his only desire is to help people. Sage, such a person. Papeshu, one who is doing extreme crimes, disturbing the harmony in the society. Papeshu, Samabuddhir Vishishyate. For all these relations are treated in the exact same way. This person, what he will do to sadhu? If a sadhu comes, obviously we do namaskaram. We just consider them as respectful, and we use right words for them. We don't use any bad words for them. Whenever we think of them, a nice holy feeling comes to us. That is the exact same feeling this person gets to all the other relations I talked about. One who hates me, one who is a mediator, one who doesn't even care about me, one who is a close friend of mine, one who is doing crime. Everybody is considered the same. No difference in value in the relationships also. Exactly the same. How can it be possible? We talk about close friend, just a friend, acquaintance. What is this? That means we are not there yet, isn't it? Very clear. If the moment I say I have a close friend, I have a very close friend, I'm done. So then I'm not there yet. A person who is meditating should consider all relationships as same. Which means what? Meditation is not about sitting in a corner and on your doing on your own. Meditation is about being in this world, considering all these variations that I see around me, and still be able to consider all of them as same. How can I be the same? I have to say that this person who is hating me is hating this body called as Pavan. If I change my face, for whatever reason, if let's say in the night I get a magical, that Harry Potter wand, right? I get that, and I spell something on me, and then I change my face to, let's say, Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan or something else. Then the person who is hating me all these days will next day onwards, what he will do? He will ask for an autograph, right? He'll become a friend of me, right? Right? So he is not hating what I am. I am the reflection of God, seated deep inside, covered in this body, covered in a mind, covered in the intellect, which somebody is hating, which somebody is loving, which somebody wants to be close to, which somebody is like negotiating to. That body, that mind, that intellect is not me. So if I can be like that, all the abuses that come my way, it will not be distracting my mind. It will not be distracting me from what I am doing, focusing on my Lord all the time. That is meditation. That is meditation. That is only meditation. So it is about roaming around in this world. Meditation is about not sitting in just one corner, roaming around in this world, being part of the drama, being part of the parties, but still considering everything as same. A person having bad habits, a person having good habits are just the same. They all have the presence of Lord, without which they cannot do what they are doing. I only see that Lord in them. I don't have to see anything else in them. When I see only the Lord's presence in them, I consider them all same. Obviously. For me, you show me anything, I can see my Lord Krishna in it. That's why there is no way I can differentiate between one and the other, and I'll be able to see the same. Such a person is already meditating. Okay, that is the actual definition or the essence of meditation. All right. So let's try to close this here. And then from 10th onwards, Bhagwan will give a strict discipline of how to meditate. Right? Up until now, we have understood why to meditate, what are the effects of meditate, and how a meditator behaves. But from now on, from 10th onwards, the sequence will follow where he will clearly explain what is needed to meditate properly, at least to the beginners. Okay? All right. So let's close the session here. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asatu Ma Sadgamaya, Tamasu Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. All of you stay safe. And then remember, the first quality to meditate is being kutastha, being the anvil which does not move. Okay? All right. Thank you. Have a great rest of the week. Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye, Uncle. Jai Shri Krishna.
Bye.
Bye.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri
Bye,
Krishna.
Uncle. Jai Shri
Bye, Nana.